You deserve congratulations, huh? Baby boy?
Yes.
The play is set in an unnamed Arab village in the West Bank in 1990. 3 Palestinian brothers come together in a single windowless room. One of them has been collaborating with the Israeli Defense Force in return for money and the promise of a new house over the border. He's put the whole village at risk and is now a wanted man among his own community.
Dawood is a marked man.
The human soul and the human heart work in wondrous ways, and sometimes you plant a little seed and you feel moved by a situation like in this play where brothers are angry at each other. You say, my God, it happened in my family. We have people from Ireland who came here and who were in tears because it reminded them of the situation in Ireland where brothers were fighting against each other.
The play, which is being sold with the slogan, "There are no bystanders in the war at home," was written by the Israeli playwright Ilan Hatzor when he was a young man. Producers say the aim is to take no side in the Middle East conflict, offering Israeli and Palestinian views on key issues. But it does give New York audiences a glimpse at the desperate nature of life in Gaza and the West Bank.
This is the second time I've seen it. It's very upsetting and brutal and bloody, frightening, but I think it opens up the questions, and I think it's quite wonderful, really. And I think it's a major experience for people who have any interest in Middle East peace. They've got to face it.
I felt sympathetic for the man who worked in Israel, because people want a human life for themselves. You know, he wasn't evil, but his brothers saw him as a traitor.
I found the play very moving, very brutal. I found the discussion fascinating. We spent some time in Israel this summer, so it was interesting to see the perspective of this panel.
When the curtain falls on Masked, the talking begins with an on-stage discussion called Urgent Conversations, featuring leading academics, experts, writers and activists.
There are 99 seats here and there are 99 opinions, and what is a way that we can take what people have experienced in this play and the moment that their hearts are open, their minds are open, but they're kind of like, in a black hole, I don't really know what to do, and move it forward. A genuine peace.
The night Al Jazeera filmed, the talk turned to the Annapolis summit.
If you could cancel Annapolis, would you? Why or why not?
I would not. I would go. I do think it's wrong that Hamas wasn't included, but I think it's about the Palestinian people.
Hamas hasn't earned the right to be at the negotiating table. It doesn't want to be at the negotiating table. And, but that doesn't mean that the situation then is totally frozen. A little creative diplomacy can go a long way.
So I would sit Mahmoud Abbas and Ismail Haniyeh together and make them sign a peace treaty first before trying to bring a very weak Palestinian leader to sign a peace treaty with a very weak Israeli leader.
We have to take this opportunity, because the alternative, we saw what the alternative is, and I don't think it's good for anyone.
The play has been criticised for being dated, and much has happened in the Middle East since it was written. However, that's not stopping theatre-goers from packing the house in Midtown Manhattan for an experience that raises many questions and calls on them to think about some answers. John Terrett, Al Jazeera, New York.